A delegation of the Syrian government has arrived in Geneva to take part in peace talks. The delegation will meet UN envoy Staffan de Mistura later in the afternoon. On Thursday, the main Syrian opposition group, the HNC, said it's willing to share membership of a transitional governing body with the regime, but not with Bashar al-Assad.
A transitional governing body that consists of people who are with the regime now, and half of this body is from the regime side, and the other half is from the opposition side. Their responsibility is to call for a big national conference in Syria. National conference will form a committee that really takes care of forming a new constitution there for the country, and also call for election.
And reporter Zeina Awad is in Geneva. Now, Zeina, with the arrival of this delegation of the Syrian government, what are we expecting to hear from these peace talks today?
Well, the delegation representing the government of Bashar al-Assad arrived in the last 15 minutes, and they are at the hotel just behind me, the Crown Plaza. And at the head of it, of course, is Bashar al-Jafari, who's the Syrian representative to the United Nations, a staunch loyalist of the regime, and he's here with a delegation of about 5 to 10 people. Now, we are expecting them to be meeting with the UN Special Envoy de Mistura later on Friday, and we're hoping to hear from them. The hotel where they're staying, interestingly, is actually quite far from the hotel where the representatives of the opposition are staying. That one is in town. So really, there's a geographic distance between the two, between where their location, as well as a big distance in their positions on some of the key issues that will be discussed here in Geneva.
And what kind of things do you think will be discussed specifically today, obviously, with having the opposition there? How receptive will the delegation of the Syrian government be to talks today with the opposition?
Well, we're expecting the political future of Syria to be discussed. Now, Mr. de Mistura has made it very clear that he expects, in his words, for this round of negotiations to lead to, quote, concrete movement on key issues, leading to a transitional government that will move Syria beyond conflict and onto a road to peace. But the two sides really are very far away from each other. One side, the opposition, wants to be part of a transitional government. The other one, which is the one of Bashar al-Assad, has so far said it wants a government of national unity. So that is one issue. Another issue, of course, is the future, the political future of Mr. Assad himself. The loyalists say that whether or not he remains in power is up to the voters, whereas the opposition says flat out he cannot be part of a future Syria. So I do suspect that these will be the issues that we will be hearing about discussed here in Geneva, as well as issues related to security and the redevelopment and reconstruction of Syria. Now, we don't have, it's important to note though, Mr. de Mistura has not been able to confirm whether or not he has secured direct talks between the two sides so far.
Okay, we'll wait and see what comes out of today's talks then. Zeina, thank you very much for that update. That's Zeina Awad in Geneva there.